Hi, this is Ella with Swiftpaws. I'm the Director of Customer Success, and I'm here with Megan live for a question and answer session.
Yeah, and we'll repeat that in a minute. We'll give people sort of a little bit of time to hop on. First of all, though, Ella, I heard that you are having a good time with your new foster baby.
I am. He's right here. What you doing,
Oh, look
Harvey?
at him.
What you got, Harvey? He is such an awesome dog. Wait, I can't get him centered there. There you go. Hi, bud. What you doing? Huh? He is just a lovely, lovely dog, and I got news just this morning that he might be getting his forever home.
Oh, that's so sweet.
There's somebody who wants him, and he's going to be perfect as long as everything goes smoothly. He'll have a 9-year-old brother that he can play with. I think it's a brother. They said a lab. I guess I assumed boy. But anyway, I really got my fingers crossed because it does sound perfect, and he is such a lovely dog. He is just amazing, but too big for my house.
He's a big boy. Piper, you want to come make an appearance? She might. She may not. Oh, come here, Piper. Well, Ella, thank you for doing the live with us today. Piper, you want to come over here? Come here. Oh, there she is. Piper's
There
a
she is.
she doesn't fit into almost anything, but she makes herself fit. Well, I'm sure you all know me by now. I'm Megan. I am the CEO and founder of Swiftpaws, and I like to call myself Piper's assistant. And yeah, I'm so glad that you joined us for this live Q&A. Ella, why don't you kind of explain why we're here today and what it is that we're going to be talking about?
Oh, yes, thanks, Megan. We're here because April is Canine Fitness Month. So this live Q&A is going to be dedicated to Swiftpaws fitness, fun, and safety.
Awesome. Yeah, and I think that April is one of my most favorite months. And this month, it's kind of cool. It's the first month that Swiftpaws actually has our flagship product, Swiftpaws Home, in stock and shipping. In prior years, we've been either sold out or on pre-order or back order. I think she might want to go back outside. Piper, come here. Come here. Oh, dog interruptions are the best kind of interruptions. Good girl. She's literally staring out the window. I think she wants to go get all the birds. Oh, Piper loves outside. And with April being Canine Fitness Awareness Month, I think that having a high energy type of dog like Piper lends itself really well to being sort of aware of canine fitness and your dog's level of fitness. And I just think that this month is also a great month, or I guess it's technically starting tomorrow, is a great time to also talk about safety and fitness and wellness and canine well-being, which is honestly what Swiftpaws is all about. So thank you for joining me, and I am excited to dig in.
Okay, well, I'm thinking maybe we should start with our really exciting news about the 30-day money-back offer that we've got.
Yeah, definitely. So we, on a previous live, I kind of decided that we were going to be so deeply committed to pet enrichment, which is what we're all about, that at Swiftpaws, we understand that you may not always be able to try something like Swiftpaws out before you see if your dog is going to really like it. So we now offer a full, no questions asked, 30-day money back guarantee. So if you're willing to give Swiftpaws a try, if you think you've got a dog or a cat at home that may enjoy this, give it a try. If it doesn't work out for you, if you don't use it like you thought you would, or for whatever reason, write us. We'll take the return. We will give you a full refund of your original purchase price. And we mean that when you write us, you're probably going to be talking to Ella. She is our customer success manager. We do have an email, which is support@swiftpaws.com. And we're always really prompt in replying to that. And yeah, I mean, maybe also for anybody who might be new, we can talk a little bit about what Swiftpaws is. And Swiftpaws is more than just the product, but primarily Swiftpaws creates a dog product. We're the manufacturer. It is our patented product. And what Swiftpaws Home is a device that lets you set up a course in your backyard. You set up the main unit, you set up the field pulleys, you run the string around, and then you have a remote controller. Oh, Ella's got one. You have a remote controller and you control the speed and direction of essentially a fake squirrel. So you just tie on the flag, you let that flag zip around that course that you've built in your backyard and your dog or cat gets to chase it. So we like to say that it's both mental and physical enrichment for your pet. And that's why with this April being Canine Fitness Awareness Month, we're so passionate about it because we're all about canine fitness. And then, of course, secondly, as we're preparing for canine fitness, I also wanted to work in a little bit about safety. So how can we prepare for canine fitness, get our dogs out there, keep them active? Canine obesity is a huge issue in the United States. So when we go to the vet, our veterinarians are asking us to keep our dogs fit and healthy. A couple pounds extra on your dog can actually take off years of their lifespan. So it's so important to keep them not only with a healthy diet, but also at a healthy weight. Oh, what are you looking at? I think she's telling the pelicans, what they can do. Hey, Piper, you're a good girl. She loves watching all of the birds. And this is a live Q&A, everybody. So we do have, I've got an awesome team of people behind the scenes here helping. We've got a couple of questions. Let's see. Jen asks, I have been waiting forever. How can I order? Well, we do sell on our website at swiftpaws.com. That's easy enough to go and find. We're also now on Amazon. So if you do prefer ordering through Amazon, you can order through Amazon as well. We do only ship to the continental United States. We would love to offer international shipping in the future. And as we grow, we definitely want to make that an option. But right now, if you're in the US, on our website or through Amazon. And Lauren, thank you so much. I so badly want to order this. We love Swiftpaws. We know it's at a bit of a premium price point. We manufacture and assemble it entirely in the US, near and dear to my heart, right here in Brevard County. As we grow again, we're hoping to be able to offer even more affordable products. But that was my entire dream. I had professional equipment. It cost thousands of dollars. And I wanted to make an affordable version for people's backyards, affordable and safe. And lastly, Brian, I had no idea the controller looked like a dog's head. Ella, would you show the controller again? So that's actually our Swiftpaws logo. We had an awesome developer who made our control handle look like the shape of a dog's head. And then do you want to move the thumb wheel? That white part, you just push it forward to run it forward and pull it back to run it in reverse. So it's really easy to use and run the course. Mm-hmm. And yeah, please, if you guys are tuning in, we're doing this little, kind of off the cuff, but this is a live Q&A. Please ask us your questions. We'll do our very best to answer them. There's a bit of a delay, so it might be like a minute or two before we can actually get the questions and reply. And if we don't get to all of them, we will do our very best to answer them in the comments as well. All right. Yeah. So back to our 30-day. I think it is important. Try it risk-free, 30 days. We promise we'll get you a refund if you ultimately decide that it's not for you. Or, a lot of people say, oh, my dog might be too fast. Or what if my dog tears it up? You know what? Challenge accepted. If your dog can tear up our Swiftpaws product, we've made it really, really tough. It's super durable. Our plastics are 30% glass filled. So your dog shouldn't be able to do any real damage to the product. They are definitely supposed to catch the flag and tear that up, and you get a whole roll of them so you can replace those once they've thoroughly killed one. But please give it a try. We adore it. And if for some reason you're not happy with it, we'll take it back.
That's true, Megan. That reminds me of something I wanted to bring up. Our 30-day promise is for so that you can try it out and use it. But keep in mind that if you're going to send it back, we're going to want to have it in good enough shape that we can donate it to one of our charitable partners.
Yeah.
Because I recently had a customer that actually he was 4 months into having it and decided he was going to put a pool in his backyard and didn't have any place to set his Swiftpaws up anymore. So, I mean, we perfectly understand that. That's pretty cool. But we went ahead and accepted his return, but then did assess a small fee to restock and refurbish it. I think it was like $25. It might have been $50, yeah. But that's not bad for 5 months of use or 4 months.
Good point. If the product is really used, like in that case, what we do with all of our customer returns is we donate them to a charitable partner. By the way, if you guys watching are or know of a charity that you really like to support, let us know about them or get them in contact with us. any one of our returns, we take them, we make sure that they're in full working condition. If we have to refurbish them or repair them, we do. And then we donate those to a charity or rescue that can use it for the animals in their own care, or even for small events as a fundraising tool. So we partner with places like the Maryland SPCA. I know that they've done some really good work with it. They're fortunate enough to have an awesome enrichment program, so they were able to take this and put it right into that. Also, our local Brevard SPCA, they have a product as well now. And most recently, the Giant Schnauzer Rescue took Swiftpaws home and ran it at their fundraising event that they held last weekend. So they were able to let people make a donation and let their own dogs give the course a try. So we, as much as we think that you're going to love it and that you won't have to return it, even if you do, we repurpose that and use it in our charitable programs. Okay, we've got a question here. Jen said, tried it years ago at Dog Fest in Southern Maryland, and they run Fast Cat. That's awesome. Actually, Jen, I'm going to be at a Fast Cat event. I fly out Friday, so I will be in Georgia at a Fast Cat. We love Fast Cat. For anybody who doesn't know what that is, it's a competition in the AKC, the American Kennel Club, that you can actually enter with your dog. Your dog can compete and earn points and titles and get ranked. It is so cool. And I think it's the fastest growing canine sport. And we're going to try to do a whole live segment or a video about Fast Cat and the other dog sports that you can compete in with your dog with lure coursing. And Lauren says that she's a dog sitter and that she's thinking about ordering it. That's awesome. We think that this makes a great tool for anybody who's a dog trainer or a dog sitter or doggy daycare. We do have professional grade equipment, but Swiftpaws Home is a great way to get started as well.
That's true, Megan. I had somebody contact me recently. She was thinking about purchasing, and she asked about how it can be used for Fast Cat and that kind of thing. And it's not big enough or fast enough really to run your own Fast Cat, if you had that in mind.
That's true. You can't set up. So Fast Cat is a 100-yard dash. So to run 100 yards, that's 300 feet in one direction. And then you have to be able to return the line because it's continuous loop. So you would need to be able to set up 600 feet of line. Swiftpaws Home can set up about 300 feet. So you could set up half of the full-size course to practice with, but you're not going to be able to run the entire length. We are working on that. We're working on a Home Plus version. We don't have any information about when that might be available. It's in development, but that is something that I really hope to be able to put out there, where if you can't quite splurge or it doesn't make sense to buy our professional grade equipment, but you do want to practice full-size, larger, faster courses like Fast Cat, we are trying to come up with something for that. Very cool. All right. So yeah, let's just dive right in here. So Swiftpaws and our connection to Canine Fitness Month. I mean, Canine Fitness to me, before Swiftpaws was even a thing, way back in 2011, and I was still in college at the time, I was graduating, I was doing dog agility. I've always loved doing stuff with my dogs, hiking. My 14-year-old miniature pinscher now, Pretzel, he adored running with me on trails or next to the bicycle. I could take out the bicycle and he would literally lose his mind, just with excitement because he knew we were going to go for a ride. And canine fitness is super important because, just like us, they need to keep their bodies fit and active to live a super healthy, long lifestyle. And Swiftpaws is obviously a great way to add another thing for your dog to be able to do to keep them active and fit. And it's for any kind of dog, any breed, any size. We work with some awesome collaboration partners. Everyone from Maryland Chihuahua, who is a 6-pound Chihuahua who loves Swiftpaws, to even some of our other collaboration partners are pit bulls, much larger, much more active breed. Like Olive Pibble or Night Pit or Noah and Lincoln. And we love seeing all the different sizes of dogs, all the different breeds, Huskies, Great Danes, Terriers that enjoy this type of activity. So yeah, any breed, mixed breeds, any personality, if you're wondering okay, my dog doesn't chase a tennis ball. Well, your dog might enjoy this. So just because sometimes people buy it and they say, okay, I have one dog who's going to love it, and I'm not sure about the other one. And then they get it and it's the opposite. So the best way is if you can join us at an event and actually give this type of activity a try. But the second best way is just to get Swiftpaws, order it, get it out, set it up, and see what your dog thinks of it. Yeah, and I mean, on canine fitness as a whole, when we talk about something like Swiftpaws, it is a really high intensity activity. And I think, Ella, you've gotten customers who have written in and asked about things like, okay, is my dog physically fit enough to do this, or are they old enough? And I'll go out there and go on record saying nobody knows your dog like you do. There are certain dogs that we don't recommend Swiftpaws for. That would be young puppies whose joints are still growing, they're still developing. They shouldn't be going on 2-mile long runs. They shouldn't be doing this type of high intensity activity yet. And senior dogs that maybe have a bit of arthritis, or this type of high activity isn't quite good for them anymore. And if you are wondering, I would ask your veterinarian. Go to your vet, ask them, say, hey, I'm thinking about trying this with my dog. What do you think? Because every dog is going to develop a little bit differently. Every breed is going to develop differently. And so between yourself and your veterinarian, you'll be able to know if your dog is up for this type of activity. Same thing like Fast Cat. There's so many people who, okay, how can I condition my dog to get them in shape for an activity like Fast Cat? So if you have a dog that's severely overweight and you're on a weight loss journey with your pet, you may need to talk to your vet about when is it appropriate to introduce this kind of activity to them.
That's true. Thanks for bringing that up, Meghan, because I was just going to say that same thing. There are other safety concerns that people have that are pretty common that I get from time to time, and those are like, what safety features does Swiftpaws have?
Yeah,
and
yeah, you make a great point. And we actually, Swiftpaws Home has built-in safety features, and I'll talk about those in just a second. We did get a couple more questions. Lauren asks, how long is the course for the home kit? The course is as long or as short as you want to set it up. The maximum length that you can set up is determined by the actual strength of the motor. So we say under normal conditions, you can run about 300 total feet of course length. We've seen people be able to stretch that if they've got nice short grass, level terrain. There's not a lot of drag on the line. The motor's not working very hard to pull it. They can go, maybe 400 feet, maybe 500 feet. But about 300 feet in total. And you can set it up as short as you want to. We even have people who set it up indoors and they run like in their basement in the wintertime. And I think that's a riot. So how long the course is really up to you. The maximum length, if you are setting up a huge course and there's a lot of drag on the line, it will actually stall. And that does bring me to some of our safety features. Jen also asks, should I order extra line? The regular home kit does come with a roll of 250 feet of line to get you started. You can order extra line right away, or you can come back and order line if you find you need it. The line should last you for months and months and months of use. When I'm running professional courses, we'll run a couple hundred dogs in a single day, and I reuse that same line for a few events before I replace it. So the line should be really, really durable. Dogs can absolutely chew through the line, or, shenanigans happen, but you just tie it right back together and keep using the same line. So back to safety features, Ella, I think that's a good point. Professional lure coursing equipment has one main safety feature, and that is the professionally trained operator. And when you're going to an American Kennel Club or United Kennel Club or an ASPA type of competitive event, you are putting the trust and the safety into the hands of the people who are putting on that event. And the operator typically has run thousands of dogs and has a ton of experience, and everybody in every position on that field, the role that they're playing, has safety in mind. Now with Swiftpaws Home, we knew that this was going into the hands of just your average dog owner. They might not have even been to a competitive event before. This might be the first time their dog is experiencing something like this. So Swiftpaws Home has a few built-in safety features. My favorite built-in safety feature is the safety stall. If you think about the string, or if you've ever played tug of war, right, you could get rope burn, and that is not only with that type of experience. It's also with Swiftpaws. So you could theoretically get line burn. And so it was important for us putting this into the hands of anybody that the motor will actually sense that there's too much drag, and it will stop the motor if your dog steps on the line or grabs the flag, or heaven forbid, you've got like a 9-year-old kid and they step on the line, the motor will perform a safety stall. It will not allow you to run it. And then it will test the environment. And if it feels that it's all clear, then it'll let you run again. So the safety stall is 100% the biggest and most important to me safety feature. Second would be our 90-second play session. I know some people get a little frustrated. They say, what do you mean 90-second play session? Swiftpaws Home, that remote controller, when you first start playing, it will, the light inside of it will turn green. And that starts a 90-second internal timer. After 90 seconds, the light it'll vibrate. There it is, it's solid. It'll vibrate and the light will go from green to red. And that's your warning that your session is almost over. If you do not physically reset the session by holding the on button until it turns green again, it will turn off. So after 90 seconds, it says, hey, you've hit your limit. It turns off. And then you have to completely turn it back on again in order to keep running. And for us, that's just to give the person operating a physical reminder that, hey, maybe I should look at my dog. Do you need some water? Should we take a break? And we recommend about 2 play sessions, 2 90-second sessions per dog per day. And your dog might be a lot more active. They may be able to run 4 sessions in a day, or your dog might be a little older, a little overweight, smaller, a bracephalic breed, like a French bulldog. Maybe you only run 1 session, or maybe you don't even run the full 90 seconds. But for us, that built-in play session is really important just to give you a physical reminder. Hey, do you really want to keep running, or is it time for a break? And there are a few others built in that you'll never know about. Like if the motor overheats, it's going to give you a warning and it's going to allow the motor to cool off. Or, oh, there it is. It just went to red. So that's our 90-second session warning. And Ella has just reset it so she could keep running if she decided to do so. So there's a lot of built-in, because this is electronic. It does have a circuit board and it has a battery and it has a motor. There's built-in stuff too that as a consumer, you'll never really know that it's going on in the background, but there's a lot of additional built-in checks and safety features to make sure that it continues to operate safely. And if it's not operating in a safe environment, it actually won't let you operate at all. Okay, Connie, you've got another question. Thank you, guys. This is a live Q&A. Please write in your questions. It allows us to sort of connect with you a little bit and answer your questions. She just says that she got Swiftpaws and that her dogs absolutely love it. Thank you for making this product. Connie, thank you so much for giving Swiftpaws a try. Ella, I think it's awesome that you get to hear firsthand from our customers and when they actually appreciate it or when they're having problems, when you can help them through that.
Yeah, it is pretty fun. And I'm glad for this little break, because now I can bring up the fact that we have some links that we would like for you to know that are available to whether you have Swiftpaws or not. That'll answer a lot of questions. And they probably will be put down in the comment section, but there's a full home setup video. We have our frequently asked questions page on the website. And we have our Swiftpaws community, which I think is an awesome place to just go and hang out and share your fun and ask your questions.
Yeah, and I will brag about Ella for a minute. Ella completely manages our knowledge base. So if you do go on our website and you look at the frequently asked questions, or you go to support.swiftpaws.com directly, all of those articles are pretty much written by Ella. And she develops those based on actual customer inquiries. So if you write in and you're saying, hey, I'm having this problem, or how do I do this, or how do I do that? And it's maybe something that we haven't experienced before, she takes that information and how she's helped that customer through it and creates an article where any other customer can just type in. Another neat thing on the website is it has this little pink question mark at the bottom right-hand corner of every page. You click on that, and let's say you've got a question about line tension, or you've got a question about battery life, or whatever. You could start typing in battery, for example, and it will bring up links to every article that's ever been written about our batteries. And of course, if you have a question that isn't answered, or you want to get directly in contact with us, just send us an email at support@swiftpaws.com. And Ella does a rock star job of replying to everybody in a really timely manner. So thank you for being so on top of it and for continuing to create that knowledge base. Swiftpaws is not it's not a tennis ball. It's not immediately obvious how you use it. It does require a little bit of learning and a little bit of setup. But once you sort of know how, it's super easy to set up and use. And we think that our customers appreciate that we're so easily accessible if they do have any questions or concerns. So I think lastly, we've got like one more safety thing that I want to talk about. Then we'll go back to talk about Canine Fitness Month. The last safety feature is the same for pro equipment and home equipment, and that's the person. So we do get people who write in and ask like, oh, do you just turn it on and then it runs and your dog gets to run it and like you can like go inside and watch TV? No. So Swiftpaws 100% is always operated by you, the human, and you're controlling it. So it's like an RC toy. So you're in control of the speed and the direction. And it really is an interactive game. So I like to think about it as a game of keep away with my dog. So if I'm running and Piper's running around the course and all of a sudden she starts to cut across the middle and she thinks she's going to get really smart. Look, dogs are super smart. They'll watch it go around twice and then they cut it off. And I mean, that's what I would do. So she starts to cut it off. Well, that's a perfect time. I reverse it. And then she's like, uh-oh. And she has to turn around. So it's this really interactive game between you and your dog. And I think it will always be that way. Even if we could have sort of like a set it and forget it mode, I think really the beauty of it is that you're playing with your dog. Now, you're not having to go out there and run around yourself. You can be sitting in a chair with a nice cold beverage, but you are controlling it and you're watching your dog and interacting with your dog the whole time. And that is the final and biggest safety feature. You know your dog best. You know when they're getting maybe a little, I like to say dogs get hot before they get tired. So maybe they want to keep running, but it's time for a break. And that's super important to always be aware of that. All right. Let's see. I'm just like going through my little cheat sheet here. And I really think that we've covered almost everything that we want to cover today. And just remind everybody that with April being Canine Fitness Awareness Month, get out there and active. We do have a Swiftpaws community, and it's not just for people who own Swiftpaws. It's bigger than that. So if you're going to go on a hike with your dog in April, or if you're going to go on a trip somewhere, if you do dog agility or any other kind of dog sport, there's so many now, and I think they're all amazing. If you're going to get out and get active with your dog in April, share it with us. We would love to see it. We're not just saying that, like we're dog lovers, as is evidenced by like Piper and Harvey stealing the show today. And join our Swiftpaws community on Facebook. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to send us pictures of your dogs. Tell us what you're up to in April. And before we hop off, we'll give you guys just a little bit more time if you have any more questions that you might want to ask. Yeah. And Ella, anything else that you want to sort of talk about as far as like if you are interested in Swiftpaws or getting it or setting it up or anything like that?
Yeah, I guess I could mention a couple of things because that's another, like one of the first questions people ask is, okay, I've ordered it now. What can I do to get ready?
Mm-hmm.
And one of those things is to join the Swiftpaws community. You can do that way before you buy, because that'll just give you so many ideas of what you can do with it, and see what other people are doing. Because we learn every day, like, oh, we never thought to do that. Yeah, let's see. We have a get started page on our website, and it has a checklist of everything you need to do. And there's like 10 steps. It's not a lot.
That's true. When you order Swiftpaws, you'll get an email that gives you exclusive access to that Get Started page. That Get Started page has a whole checklist. It's got a bunch of videos and tips and tricks, and then you can start looking at that right away. And I'll also say that on our website, we do, and our YouTube channel, we are putting all these videos on the YouTube channel. Please subscribe to it. It's new, it's small, but we're trying to grow it. We love that medium because those videos will be there forever. And on the YouTube channel, we do have a full home setup video that we did. Basically, somebody followed me around with a phone and I set up a whole course. Hi, Harvey. I set up a whole course, and it's just like joining me on how I would set up a Swiftpaws course, and it'll give you an idea of how to set it up yourself.
Yeah, that is an awesome video because Megan's been setting these things up for 10 years at least. And
Aging myself.
She has all of the tips and all of the tricks, and it'll save you a lot of reinventing the wheel.
Oh, wow. So this is a comment. Connie L says, My dogs are very active, and I didn't think the 90-second time limit would work for them. And she said she was so wrong. This is such an intense activity. They really got tired after two 90-second sessions. She thinks they could have done more, but they were just exhausted. Connie, like, same. I feel you. So Piper runs all day. I have a pretty large dog. I have a pretty large space at home, and Piper will run around for hours. I actually have like a little GPS tracker on her, and she will log miles a day, but literally running 2 sessions on Swiftpaws. Like, we'll take it out, we'll test it. We've got a beautiful, oh, hi, Harvey. We have a beautiful park in front of our office. And sometimes we'll go out there and like test a new iteration or something. 2 runs on Swiftpaws, and she goes back inside and passes out. And it's like, wow, here's a dog that literally can run for hours. And Swiftpaws is such a unique blend of both mental and physical activity. I like to think of it as when you throw the tennis ball, they're sprinting for about 5 seconds, then they catch the ball and they bring it back, hopefully. But with Swiftpaws, they are in high pursuit of that squirrel the whole time. So they're like 110% the whole time you're running. So it is a completely different way of wearing your dog out. And I like to think that they're super satisfied when they're done. Their tongues are hanging out. They've got this big smile on their face, and it never fails to make me super happy. Oh, thank you for sharing. And if you do have Swiftpaws and you haven't shared any of your stories with us yet, please do share it in the community. Send us a Facebook message. We'd love to see photos and videos. If you'd like to leave us a review, you can leave us a review on our Facebook, or we are on Amazon, so you can leave us a review on Amazon too. And I would have never thought, back when I was a recent college grad who had never heard about lure coursing like a decade ago, I would have never thought that Swiftpaws would grow to be where it is today. And I'm just so thankful for all of the pet parents who sort of like told me over time, we need this. We were out there, we were doing events, and they were like, oh my God, I have to have this in my backyard. So it's you guys, it's all the customers who keep pushing us to keep putting out the product. It's a real labor of love, but we do love it. We adore it. And Ella, thank you for being so awesome with customer success.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I just love it.
Awesome. Well, we are going to sign off for now, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on this live, and join us in the community. Subscribe to us on YouTube. And if you have any questions that we didn't answer, feel free to write us a message or send us an email. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.